Well, happy, what is it today? Thursday? It's Thursday. Today is technically, I guess, depending on where you're at in the world. The full moon happened like last night / this morning. So we're still in that energy of the full moon. And it is in the sign of Libra. And it's about balancing the scales. The scales of justice are being balanced at this time. So, how have you been doing? How have things been going? Again, we've been getting a lot of solar flares. Um, solar flares have been happening. Pardon me. My throat has been like off. Like I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. So you may have some throat chakra activation. Yesterday I was kind of getting a headache. So maybe some crown chakra, third eye activations going on at this time as we're ascending and we're moving to a different energetic frequency. The world, so like completion, things have come full circle, are coming full circle. You might be, new beginnings after an ending. I see lotus flower. Whoa. I see lotus flowers on the image as well, which again they grow in the deepest, murkiest, muckiest of waters, and they still come out pristine, and their flower is so beautiful. And you think, wow, their environment didn't really seem like that should come out of that environment, but it did. Just like you some people may look at you and like, ooh, like where you're at, people might look at it like you shouldn't be anything. You shouldn't be this person because of what you've been through. You shouldn't be this person because of what you've grown up with and what you've been surrounding yourself, even in adulthood. You shouldn't be that. But you are. You are. You are that bee. You are that ninja that, did the damn thing. You fucking did it. Okay? Ooh, so again, we've got this healer of ages. So you've healed yourself. You've stepped into that place where you took your healing seriously. You did, excuse me, I'm really hungry apparently. My stomach was growling. So you're the healer of ages, and there's fire. I don't know. It's not obviously coming from his hands, but there's fire beside his hands. Like we're in Aries season, which is a fire season. So like we're taking all that we have, everything that we've learned through, grown through, taking that, and you've taken that, and instead of allowing it to consume you, allowing it to keep you down, you took that and you used that as fuel, as the fire that was necessary, to transmute that pain into something that is going to open doors. It's going to show other people that no, you're not limited to the murky waters. You're not limited by the environment. You can go into hermit mode, isolate yourself, and work on it, even if you're not in the most ideal environment. Was that an orb? Cute. So even if it wasn't the most ideal environment, you still took that. You went within so that you can shine outwardly, right? The next card we have here is walking away. So in order to step into your most abundant timeline, in order to truly change the world, you've had to walk away. Walking away from people, places, things, ideas. You may have had like business ideas that you started and you were really excited about it. And then as you've kind of grown and changed and things are realigning themselves, in your world, you might realize that actually maybe this isn't in alignment with where I'm wanting to go in the future. I thought it was. I really, really, really did. But right now, it's not happening. And Spirit is calling me to, Spirit is calling me to walk away from the things, right? And just congratulating you if you have been doing the work of walking away. Pardon me. If you've been confirmed, if you've been doing the work of walking away, then yes. Again, we had this card the other day, cornucopia. You saw me shuffle. So cornucopia. So then your Spirit is going to be offering you this like big plate of options to choose from. Like, do you want to pick this or this? Do you want to choose this or this? Because you've narrowed it down, because you have gone through and decided and figured out what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like. Sometimes we have to experience the shit so that we can really get clear. So when you're surrounded by all these things and you realize like that's actually not who I want to be around anymore, like yes I can still shine, yes I can be brilliant, yes I can still grow, but is that really where I want to stay? And, okay. So the next card that flipped out, hostilities. So there may be people in your life that are like, what the fuck? Like, why are you leaving me? Why are you walking away from something that we created together? Whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a business venture, could have been family as well. But like, it brings up, like, when you finally start to align with your truest path and you start to clear the way and you walk away from certain things, right? A lot of people aren't understanding of that or can't understand like why. Everything was going okay. Why do you have to leave? Why is it that you need to make such a big sudden change? Why do you have to make an abrupt change? Well, because, and even holding the truth, so we're talking truth right now, it's not in alignment with me anymore. I've grown, I've changed, I've evolved. And what worked for me before is not going to work anymore. And I realized that. And instead of just holding on, instead of continuing to, a special thanks, instead of not wanting to be in flow, because when you're holding on to people, places, and things, you're kind of like in this resistance mode, especially if you're being called, especially if Spirit, your higher self, is calling you to let these people go, walk away, move forward, right? You may not want to do it because it's going to bring up hostilities. It's going to bring up some ish that maybe you don't want to deal with. But what is worse, holding on to something and holding on to these people, places, and things that truly don't align with you anymore? Or by actually standing in your truth, ripping off the fucking Band-Aid and saying, you know what, this is my path. I love you. I appreciate you for the time that we had in each other's lives. And but it's time to go our separate ways for the time being, right? And if we're meant to come back together, then we'll come back together. Like, but at this time, like, I need to explore my own options. I need to explore this variety that maybe I didn't have before. Maybe I was really just limited. I was limited to scraps. I was limited to just this little teeny tiny bits. And now Spirit's like, you have so much that is going to be presented to you, that is going to be offered to you. Are you ready? Are you ready? You have walked away. There may be still people that you're trying to still walk away from, but you're doing that. You're actively in your mind, that this is being detached and you're just allowing things to just flow, right? But never mind the hostilities, okay? It's temporary, because what you're walking into is here. You got on the other side of the hostilities, okay? They came out like this together. So on the other side of the hostilities is this door, and a door to romance, okay? You've got so much to be offered to you, so much that wants to be presented to you, if you finally walk away. If you finally say, you know what, this may be here. There may be no way to get around that, but I know myself enough. I'm strong enough in myself, and I'm strong enough in myself, and I'm strong enough in my desires and the truth that this is truly my path in life, and it's not going to stop me. Because how many times were you on the ground crying, sobbing, pleading, like, please, please, spirit, being in the mud, like, what the hell, God, like, spirit, why am I still here? Why can't I just thrive? Why can't I be like those fields of daisies? Or why can't I just have a life that everybody else is living? But it's not meant for you. You weren't meant to lead a life that everybody is leading. So again, you may be at this point where you have to make a decision. Do we go with this? Do we stay with the old? Or do we allow ourselves to take a different path? And even you may have also already been in this place where you did have to decide, right? Do I go with everybody else? Do I stay with that group, that friend group, that family group, and just keep going down that path? Or do I forge my own trail? Because by forging your own trail, by walking the road less traveled, what you're bringing in is also, not only are you bringing in love, okay? And, you know, you could be loving up on yourself more. Romance could also be romancing yourself. Maybe you need to take a moment to romance yourself and love up on you, because there is going to be love coming in too. But also you've got community. And there's so many fruits. They're abundant. I believe there's figs on there. There's butterflies. There's an apple. There's apples, maybe pomegranate. But you're so strong. And you're ready you're ready to come together with other like-minded individuals that are going to help you. I also see a musical instrument, so maybe you guys like music, or maybe you're very into, yeah, you might just be very musical. Sorry, I got lost in my thoughts. So be mindful. So be mindful of the potential deceit. But I don't even I just feel like it's the way that I just want to toss the card. It's like it doesn't have that much emphasis. It's just a reminder, but it's just you know, people can be shysty, right? People can be shysty. But it's not going to stop you from moving forward. It's not going to stop you, because you are using your intuitive knowledge. You're using your intuitive guidance to move through the situations, to move through. When you're presented with all of those opportunities and options, right? When you've got your cornucopia, right? When you're presented all of those things, right? Whether it has to do with romance, that's a community. Whether it has to do with romance, whether it has to do with your community, your soul family, your soul tribe coming together, right? You've got a lot of options. And you're just having to be discerning, which you have been. If you've made it this far, then you've clearly used your discernment and knowledge to get you to where you are at this moment. So don't doubt yourself, and don't doubt those feelings, intuitive feelings that you do get every once in a while, okay? So the last three cards that I got out of here, okay? Storm warning. So like a tower moment. It may not, it just be, it's just something to shake things up, you know, to shake off that little bit of extra debris maybe that has been there, and it just like spirit's just like, okay, let's just like shake it off a little bit, like, okay. But from that, you're walking through your door to personal healing and happiness, and man holding a heart. So again, you got lots of love. Door to romance is one, right, that we got. Obviously I stacked these things. Of course, it's on the very bottom. So the door to romance and man holding a heart. So you may have a love offer coming in, whether it's a romantic or platonic. But chances are, because those two freaking cards came out together, it is your divine that wants to come in and offer you love. Or if you guys are in a relationship or in a stable connection at the moment, maybe it's just amplifying and going to heighten the love, okay? It's just amplifying what is already there. Because you're on the temple path. You're on the temple path. You guys you're both been on this path of enlightenment, right? And so together, it's healing and happiness, right? The first card, one of the first cards that we got out, right, was Healer of Ages. So you have taken the time to do that internal work, introspective work. So now it's time. I see a dove on here. So there's peace, there's tranquility that is wanting to come in, and there's so much love wanting to come in for you. Whew. Is your heart open? Because that's also another thing. Is your heart open? You can have all these things coming at you. You can have all this goodness coming for you. The question is, are you open to receive it? Are you open to receive it? If you are, then phenomenal. And if you are not, it's time to work on the last little bits. Allow that storm to come in and dust you off. Right? It may not be like a huge full tower moment. It could just be something small just to help you out. You are divinely protected, okay? Protection. Oh yeah. You are divinely protected. This whole experience, this whole journey has been divinely protected, has been divinely led, as you know. You're walking through this month. We also have some eclipses happening. And I want to say Mercury retrograde is going to be happening shortly. So if you're also having trouble speaking, just take some time. Take time to just allow the words to come to you. Don't rush it. Don't push it. You know? You also have on here, like I see a skull, I see a dog, so you got death, rebirth, you got loyalty as you're walking through this portal, as you're walking into this portal, which is, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Actually, this is a heart. She's walking into this. You're walking through that gateway. You're walking into the gateway with a heart, This is about your heart at this moment. It's about love. It's about honoring yourself, honoring your deepest desires. Better together. You're better together. You can only do so much alone, and now it's time to collaborate. You did the hard work of doing the shadow work on, breaking down the bits of your life that needed to be broken down. Now it's time to have those people in your life that will help build you back up. And not that you haven't been building yourself up, but it's a support system. It's like it's a support system. I'm just saying like a framework. You've got supports all around you, whether you realize it or not. You had supports on the other side as well as in this realm too, right? But it may have been less, especially if you've been, moving on your own, right? You've been doing things, you've just you've been solo, moving solo. But now it's time to see the supports, right? Like for a long time, you just kind of built these things by yourself, but then you didn't realize that as you had these walls up, there are people behind that are also supporting you. So Spirit is bringing in people in this physical reality to help support you. And they want to show you, you have been supported. You have these pillars of support, okay? You're creating something new. You're creating something that is bigger than you could even imagine. And that does require more stability. And that requires community. That requires people, these pillars. Again, you guys are all standing on your own. All these beautiful, bright lights standing on your own. And together you guys are uniting and creating this sturdy foundation. Like you've already created the foundation. You are just, it's the stability. It's just bringing stability. Okay. Wow. I don't know why I keep saying stability. Okay. Then the next card we have here, Omo Olorin, sing. So again, I talked about music being important as well. On the community card, I had noted she had a musical instrument as well, a harp or something. I don't know what it's called. That thing. It's not a harp. It's too small to be a harp. But, use your voice. Sing it out. And you've got normal change. So the world. We're coming back full circle. It's the end now. Okay. It's the end of the reading. And we've got the world. Things are changing. Things are coming full circle. I see, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of Pisces. So there might be a Pisces that's important. You may have Pisces in your chart. But there is change coming. Don't you worry about that. But you're ready for it. You're worthy of it all. You're worthy of it all. You're a manifestor. You've been creating your world. So now, woo! You've got restoration. So things are balancing out. Things have been coming into balance. So rest assured, my friends, that great things are happening for you, to you, and through you, because you're also here to be a way shower, right? So when these great things, big things happen for you, to you, it also means that you're going to be radiating this goodness to the world as well, okay? People are going to benefit from it. While you've been working on yourself, other people around also benefit. They see, oh, actually, that's pretty cool. She got out of that hellhole, so can I, okay? So if you need to take a moment, this says silent retreat, silence. So take a moment to sit with yourself if you need to, in silent reflection. But give yourself some props, okay? You've learned to find balance in all that chaos. You are that brilliant sun. You're here to shine. And that's what you're gonna do. All right? So I hope you have a fantastic day, evening, or whatever fuck time you're watching this. And I love you. And I hope you have a great day. Mwah.